Self come first. Right now, myself come first. Opportunities on lose me. And last time when I go use me. Yeah. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Who you can call me Mr. Selfish? The more that thing. Yeah. I just want to give the users them a round of applause. Yeah, man, and I use it over the years, but it stopped now. Yeah, man, I say, she now.
Yeah, man, over the years, them a take a love for granted, man. Yeah, man, them take a kindness, a weakness, them use to go, them use to come. I'm telling you this, I keep that, yeah?
Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Opportunities on lose me. And last time when I go use me. Yeah. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Who you can call me Mr. Selfish? The more that things may go through when me dealt with. Myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Yeah. I just want to give the users them a round of applause. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Good evening.
I just want to give the users them a round
You
of
have to fix Michelle G. I am in the building. Yeah. It's Wednesday, no? Yeah. I am live in the building. Live in the building. Stream live on YaVitTheFix.net, Blaze Radio, Mighty Mix, Majestic Coffee. All over the place right now. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all over, all over, all over. First of all, I want to give a shout out to this big producer. You know, he was on this show. He's going to definitely be back on the show real soon. Shout out to Levels, okay? This song is Ioctane and Shano. It's called Opportunist. Y'all know that people that just be on your phone only when they need some. Only when they need some, they call you, they text you, you know, and then they want this year and all of them something. But this year, 2025, the conversation we having is right now, myself come first, okay? Shout out to Levels.
I just want to give the users them a round of applause. Yeah, man, and I use it over the years, but it stopped now. Yeah, man, I say, she now.
Yeah, man, over the years, them a take a love for granted, man. Yeah, man, them take a kindness, a weakness, them use to go, them use to come. I'm telling you this, I keep that, yeah?
Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Opportunities on lose me. And last time when I go use me.
Yeah. I told Levels today. I said Levels. This is classic Octane. This is classic Octane. Like Octane, this is what we needed. Where you been at, Octane? Where you been at? You see, it was over there trying to, you know, singing all the big bumper song and having the girls them, you know, did none of that kind of something. But this song right here, this is classic Ioctane. Classic Ioctane.
Yeah. I just want to give the users them a round of applause. Yeah, man, and I use it over the years, but it stopped now. Yeah, man, I say, she now.
Yeah, man, over the years, them a take a love for granted, man. Yeah, man, them take a kindness, a weakness, them use to go, them use to come. I'm telling you this, I keep that, yeah?
Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Opportunities on lose me. And last time when I go use me. Yeah. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Who you can call me Mr. Selfish? The more that things may go through when me dealt with. Myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Hear what with them do? Run out the hope, turn out the faith. And as me turn me back, who no burn out me name. Me not lie, me energy run out me drain. Paranoid cause I wanna fry out my brain.
Opportunities work, to them you know the face. Smile with your fear, things watch out for snare. This on one time. the using stop. Tell them you broke them now, stay them moving stand. Wanna lose me? The last time when I go use me. Right now myself come first. Right now myself come first. Only can call me Mr. Selfish. The amount of things me go through I'm dealt with. Oh yeah. Myself come first. Right now myself come first. I give them the motion around Robin get alliance. Cause from them up there for them leave call me once. Hope remember the fans. But yeah, friend, I have money to feed them, yeah, the man. First, they are the fan.
And she no make without the things. Them heart it need for rinse. Cut off the blink and dump it in a garbage bin because them never want get nothing, but they never want with things. Show it stop giving them want with plans for drinks. Don't lose me. Last time when I go use me. Yeah. Right now myself come first. Right now myself come first.
Yeah, a perfect girl to find. What a thing that you're the one. You make me feel like a champion, more like a stallion. Cause when you ride, come on, I know. You put it on me all night like a marathon. I say you treat it to the bone like a skeleton. No matter how them try, I can't deny that you is the sweetest girl at this party. Your sexting is so much like it's straight from Zimbabwe. Hey, so can I get a piece? Bend over, please. Come now, girl. Hand on your knees. Hey, jam it for me, girl. Can I get a piece? Bend over, please. Come now, girl. Hand on your knees. Come jam it for me, jam it.
I don't need to look much further. No, find she wherever you find soca. Are you my kind of girl? My kind of girl, love soca, love bacchanal. Jump on a plane, touch any carnival. When it comes to play, she don't play at all. My kind of girl, love soca, love bacchanal. Jump on a plane, touch any carnival. When it comes to play, she don't play at all.
Patrice again, yeah. Before you jump up to my back, you better take some tonic. Cause once you press my button, I just wine automatic. I don't have no control. What my bumper do, she do is not the alcohol. No, that's just how she is, she rude. Don't let me call she to give you the jam and you dance. This is a hot girl carnival, we got the wickedest bumper. And that's why you got to please me. You got to know what you're doing in order to lead me. You should be rough, wine, no love up. I want you to make you turn up, Now come raise yourself for do it up. Make you turn up, Now come raise yourself for do it up.
Yeah, this is just a carnival meeting. Tell your boyfriend you're not cheating. If you're by yourself, I'm going to wine. I'm going to keep whatever I find. You can't be on the road and you're looking so good. Tell you me to come on like, where's your man? He in the band. If you leave him home, then let me chat. Girl, it's just a carnival meeting. You not cheating. So girl, jiggle it up. I jiggle up. Bubble it up. I bubble up. On the jump, girl. Take it, and play a mask, girl. Take it, I take a flip from your glass, girl. Jiggle it up. I jiggle up, bubble it, I bubble up by the jump, girl. Take it, and play a mask, girl. Take it, I take a flip, and then you can finish.
How will you give me that? How will you come and give me that? My baby, oh, you come yourself. You come yourself, my baby, oh. You come yourself. You come yourself, my will you come on, will you come? You come.
All this time of music.
How will you give me that? How will you come and give me that? My baby, oh, you come yourself. You come yourself, my baby, oh. You come yourself. You come yourself, my will you come on, will you come? You come yourself, my will you come on, will you come? You come yourself. Up above the clouds take me. Tell me more like baby, yeah. Like a star, you got me shining. Up to pilot with the thing, and when you come, come on, when you come. I do come, yeah, summer when you come. Hey, it's a party. I'm good.
You're-
Glad to be back in here, man.
Girl, listen here. I can't. Listen, I am
Talk to me.
so happy, so proud, so I don't even know what other word to use for you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yo, since you were here the last time, so much has happened for you, right? You know, since the whole church situation.
Yeah, no, for real. A lot of things end up happening. Even after that interview, we end up launching the pineapple rhythm, and it just went crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? How are you?
I'm great. I'm in good spirits. I keep in a good spirit.
Yes.
You know that one?
Yeah, that's soca song there. Yeah, definitely. I remember the last time you were here, you were talking about, the different kind of soca that you want to get into and that you want to sing. And when I heard this Come Here song, I was like, yeah.
That's right up my alley.
Up your alley. Because you say you don't want the whole...
None of that.
None of that. Do me a favor. Come off and come back in, because your internet is like really blurry. Come on and come back in.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
How are you doing it? How are you coming if you give me that? My baby, oh, I do come yourself. I do come yourself, my baby, oh. I do come yourself. I do come yourself, will you come on, will you come? I do come yourself, will you come on, will you come? I do come yourself. Up above the clouds take me. Tell me more like baby, yeah. Like a star, you got me shining. Autopilot with the thing, and when you come on, will you come? I do come, yeah, summer, will you come on, will you come? I do come, yeah, summer, you have power. Your time.
I don't know what's going on tonight with the internet, but we're gonna work with it. We definitely gonna work with it tonight.
Oh no, what's happening?
It's all right. We're gonna work with it. We gonna work with it.
Oh my god. No.
This is important, this is important.
It is.
Yeah, it definitely is. So like we were talking about the fact that the type of soca music you said you wanted to play, you wanted to sing. And then this song on the pineapple rhythm, came about. Like, tell me, how did all of that happen? How all of that happened?
Oh my goodness. All right. So first off, I have my song on the rhythm first. I always try to do music before my manager gets back in the country. So at least he has some stuff to listen to. You know what I mean? Because no, but for real, because when he goes out to play, he's going for months. So I have enough time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when he comes back, he knows like I work in, what I mean?
Yeah.
And so by the time he came back and I let him hear that one, that one clicked to him. And he asked me like, yo, whose beat is that? And I told him, I say, yo, that's my friend's beat. His name is Atto. Shout out to Atto one time.
Shout out to Atto.
And listen, Michelle, Atto is from where? Church.
Atto heard the church, and was like, this is the perfect person, to be honest.
Yeah, so he sent it to me, and Champ said, he said, oh yeah, we should do something with this rhythm, and he sent it to someone that has most of the connections with those soca stars.
Yeah,
and he got a writer named Jason Schaff Bishop.
Okay,
and he wrote like the rest of the songs except for Rupion. It was just phenomenal to hear everybody else's work. I didn't even know that was gonna happen, Michelle, but
nice. It's
It was just a wonderful collab.
it's definitely because when on this rhythm, it's not just yourself. It's Michelleg, it's Rupee, it's Patrice, it's lyrical, and it's like when you saw that these are the individuals who are on this track, like what was that feeling like for you?
Crazy, crazy, crazy. Because it's like, why? How this turn into that?
Yeah.
How this turn
Yeah.
into that? I had this rhythm all to myself a couple months ago, and now I'm on a rhythm with just legends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like time over time. God does His thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He listens, regardless of how we
Yeah.
think he not listening. He definitely listens.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely
To be in the
listens.
studio, with Rupee was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to keep it professional because I mean,
I understand,
Yeah.
I totally get it. I totally
Yeah.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, Rupee, Yeah, man. You're doing good. You're doing good. I like Rupee. Nah.
I just want to know, like, and I don't think I don't remember if I asked you this question the last time, but your voice, I feel like your voice just goes to any rhythm. Like your voice just goes there.
Yeah.
Are you spending time training yourself? Are you working with a coach and all of that kind of stuff?
No, that never.
Oh, okay.
Actually. But because I've constantly tried different types of beats. Most of the time I try to write certain songs in different genres.
Okay.
I believe that my voice may be fine-tuned to certain things.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like it. I definitely like it. You know, I want to start over this live because I need for people to see your face. I gotta start over this live. I gotta start over this live. I have to because it's just very blurry. You're very, very blurry. And I'm gonna start over the live. So I'm gonna come off of it and come back on, okay?
Okay, got you.
All right.
How are you doing it? How are you doing it? My baby, oh, I you come yourself. I you come yourself, my baby, oh, I you come yourself. I you come yourself, my will you come on, will you come? I you come yourself, my will you come on, will you come? I you come yourself. Up above the clouds, take me. Like baby, yeah. Like a star, you got me shining. Autopilot with the thing, and will you come on, will you come?
All this type of music.
How are you doing it? How are you come, baby, give me that. My baby, oh, I you come yourself. I you come yourself, my baby, oh, I you come yourself. I you come yourself.
All this type of music.
How are you doing it?
Yo, you don't know it's your girl Danica. You're listening to Michelleg G Get With The Fix Radio, and right now it's all about ready. Ready? Let's go.
I'm going to say no as I got represent for Michelleg G. You see, pre.
I you come yourself. I you come yourself, my baby, oh. I you come yourself.
Hey,
Come yourself, my will you come on, will you come? I you come yourself, my will you come?
Yeah, with the Fix Michelleg G. I just had to restart the Instagram live because I don't know why it was so blurry. And I don't like to have interviews when it's blurry. But 47 Ronzy will be back on it in a couple of minutes.
Come on, will you come? I you come yourself, my will you come? Come on, will you come? I you come yourself. You have power. Your time and give me what you have power. Keep me floating, baby. You want me jigga jigga. Don't put the rough it up in the middle. You want me jigga jigga.
God is good. Let's get this rolling.
Let's get this rolling. So, guys, we are back on the live. Sometimes Instagram be acting up. So, I just had to restart this live because we need to see her face. We need to see her face. It's like I said, it's really crazy to me, but that's surprising. I want to say that. It's crazy, but not surprising that you are where you are, right? Because you give me that person that puts things into the universe, and then you make it happen. You don't just let it sit out there.
Yeah. This is that, and that's my thing. Of course, like I said before in the previous interview, I'm a praying person.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a church girl, and then I'm a praying person. So when I talk to God about something and then I write it down, I leave it there and I put myself to work then.
Yeah.
You know, so it's that for me. It's not about luck. It's not about luck. It's not about anything.
You're anointed.
It's just
you're blessed.
me and God. Yeah.
You and God.
Yeah.
You're definitely blessed. You're definitely blessed. So working with all of these greats, like, you know, was this the first time that you were meeting everybody, or you've met them all before?
First time. The first time. I mean, my introduction to Marshall was, you know, Bravo called me. He was like, we have to go back up in the studio. We just left the studio. And he was like, you know, we have to go back in the studio. He probably forget something. So I spin back, and we're going back upstairs to the studio. And who is there already in the studio is Marshall. I'm like, yo, what is this?
Didn't they do that to you before at with the other rhythm? With the I think it was, which one was that? They did that to you before again.
They did, and I get catch again. I get catch again. So I mean, all in all, it's a great feeling to be amongst a great man like Marshall.
Yeah.
And even with Patrice, seeing how she records and lyrical, seeing how he record, and Rupi was just like, I am like, Rupi.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think you learned from them, watching them? What did you think you learned from them?
Resilience. You know, no matter, they had other stuff to do that night, and they made sure that the sound came out just as how they wanted. You know, final vocals is from the time they touch the mic, it's final vocals, and they wouldn't leave until it's done. And that's the spirit of excellence that I too take from them. You know what I mean? So I looked at Rupi, and Rupi heard something that wasn't even sounding bad, and he will continuously do it until you know it's done correctly. So just the resilience and the tenacity to get the your one record down. That's what I took from them.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Like I said, I didn't even know that. I think I downloaded this rhythm before I even realized that you were on it. Because I went to my app that I download music from, and I was looking for soca, and the pineapple rhythm was one of the rhythms that just jump up. And I was like, oh my God, she's on this rhythm. Come on, we on there. And I've been playing it every week. I've been playing it every week since I downloaded. This is how I start the show every week, because I'm like, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. But being that you were with all of the greats, how was the promotion different than what you normally do? How was the promotion different?
My manager went all out for this rhythms launch. I mean, he did the most. He called a TV crew, he called all the media stations, and he really wanted to make a statement, not only for the Pineapple Rhythm, you know, but for his label as well, 47 Productions. And also being now a merged group with Monk Music with Marshall is crazy. So that's why he did. He did that launch in such a grand way, and what a good launch for a good song. For good songs.
I always say it to people, right? Because a lot of times artists will put out music and they just put it out and just let it sit into the atmosphere, and I guess they figure somebody gonna pick it up. I don't know who.
They don't know about that.
But the promotions and the videos and everything that you guys have been doing, it's what people don't understand is what takes your song or your rhythm to a whole nother level.
Most definitely. Marketing and promotions. Even if you have one song, you have to kill that song and play that song, dance to it, make a joke, do memes, do dances. You have to work your song, because that's your baby.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And thankfully, even on my end, the people love the pineapple rhythm. So they do their own stuff, and that helps the artist to go in a different way too, you know?
Yeah.
So marketing is so important, trust me.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Now I see that you're preparing to do the video for the song. And it looks like you're about to give us a whole different side of you. Because when I saw the post and people were commenting, they was like, "Oh my God, you in shorts? Like, what's happening?"
Yeah, flex me and flex that body.
If you haven't flexed it, right?
Yeah, come on. They made me come up my shell for that video. And I usually keep my stuff censored. I don't like to show too much.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But you know, because I'm very mindful that children enjoy my music too.
Yeah.
So you know, it's okay. I bust a little wine, but let's keep it so that my mother will not carry on, and my nieces.
But they got drag you in the church and sit down with a prayer or in confessing your sins.
Exactly. But yeah, we have that video. It's already done. It's just we're waiting on a release date.
Okay.
So so doing that video was fun. Yes, it did take me out my shell just a little bit.
Now, how did they convince you to do that though? How did they convince you to do that?
A lot of convincing. But again, you know, being an island girl, I am not a stranger to my culture. You know what I mean? Music is soca music, it's dancehall, we wine, we go to parties, come on.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not strange to me at all. I just had to get in the mood to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, and you know, in this rhythm, like again, with all of the greats, you know, there's always the conversation around what makes you so special that, you know, you're among the greats, and there's so many other girls who would love to be in your space and having that opportunity. So what do you think it was for you that, you know, you was the one that was selected to be on this rhythm?
God.
I like it.
That's the only way I can explain it. Because Michelle, I have been in so many situations where this happened already. This has happened to me many times. And in this instance, I had the song first. Right. I had the rhythm first. So I put my song down, and when I let Champ hear, it went in a different direction. So he took it to another level where I couldn't take it.
Okay.
You know, so to me, having relationships and networking, that's of course very important, and being at the right place at the right time.
I like that.
So I didn't choose myself to be amongst the greats. It happened like that.
It happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, right? Have you anybody said anything to you? Like, have you seen any of the negative comments? Like, who is this girl and why is she with Michelleg and Rupi and Patrice and all of that?
I am blinded. I don't see nothing.
I like it. I like it.
I am blinded.
I like
and if they do, that's okay. You can't stop God. That's God doing his thing.
Whatever's for you is for you.
Be exactly.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because you know the hate is real. The hate is definitely real. Because it's like people are probably looking like, well, she just came from somewhere. How she just come from over there, and here she is with these individuals, right?
It's not adding up. It's not adding. It's not adding up. But you know, favor isn't fair. And a lot of people prayed to be in a spot like this, not saying that it would not happen, but this time was my time to execute, and I was ready. So this is just the flow of the magnificence of what God could do. You know.
Yeah.
You
know, from the last time, I absolutely love your positivity. Like, you know, I played the last interview on the station like every other day it plays. And when I listen to it, I'm just laughing the whole time. Because I'm like, I don't think people understand, right? I don't think people understand that when you have a craft and you have a gift, right? There's no room for negativity. There's
None.
you can't bring that into your energy, right? So your presence and your positivity will definitely always get you in doors that it would not get certain people in.
Absolutely. Your energy have to be right. And I can't say at all times because it's not all the time I'm like this, but anytime I'm doing something within my field, I am a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy the podcast. I enjoy talking about music.
Yeah.
I enjoy this. So of course you're gonna see my inner child. This is where I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, so you have the rawness of my energy right here.
Yeah.
You know, smiling for no reason. Are we talking about music? You know what I mean? So
you're talking about
it's
your
a good
love.
feeling.
It's your love. You have to love what you do in order to be happy with it. I say that all the time. There's no point in doing something if you're not happy with it.
At all. If you're doing something and you're not happy with it, don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste God's time.
Please don't waste God's time.
Yeah.
All right. I think I waste God's time already, and I pay for it because whatever I was doing, it never come to this.
But he brought you back in the right direction, and here you are, full circle.
360.
Yeah, 360. Come,
full circle, back again.
Hey, yo, come. Let me talk to you for 2 seconds. Come, just come here.
Just come. Just come.
Just come here.
I mean, and even look at it, right? So I when we went to Jamaica and I ended up meeting Kevin. From Voicemail. You know, I ended up on his track. And again, Michelle, I come from church. I didn't even know who Voicemail was until the boss, my manager, was like, "Yo, you matter what? You know who Voicemail is?
Don't play about Voicemail.
Don't play about them." And you know, to have that opportunity with them was just crazy.
Yeah, that's how I got to interview the first time, because Kevin was like, "Yo, Michelle, I have an artist that I think you need to talk to. Like, she's really dope. Like, you'll love
my
her."
bro now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure he's probably like so proud of you for doing all of this. But then, you know, the craziest thing and the greatest thing about life is that a lot of times people see things in us and they push us to be great. So I'm glad that you have those people, because there could be some other people who are like, yeah, you're great, but I think you need to not be here right now at this place.
Yeah, we have to be prepared for the negative too, but also stay prayed up, so that you're not affected by those negative comments. I know there are people that talking, but all they could do is talk. Because no weapon formed
shall prosper.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Church.
Yeah. Come on. Church. Yeah.
What do you think? Because, you know, the Grammys just passed, and, you know, soca music has yet to be on that Grammy stage. Like, as a soca artist as well, what do you think is holding back this genre from getting to that level?
So, according to my fellow teammate, he said, you know, every few years, soca evolves into something else, and we evolve the music. And, you know, Marshall is doing something that's crazy right now, which is he did a song with Davido, and he also did something with Tiny Desk.
Right.
And on a large platform like Tiny Desk, a lot of people didn't know anything about soca music.
Right.
And they started listening to the song, and they loved all the songs. So being on that global platform, I think, is going to break the ice again to allow the genre to rise into a different market.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to expand slowly but surely.
Definitely.
So the evolution will take time. Okay, a global sound will sound a certain way when it gets there. You know what I mean?
I like it. Because that's, you know, being Guyanese, like soca music is something that we grew on. And, you know, every time the Grammys come around, it's like, okay, so can we get some soca on the stage?
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm glad that you said that, because, you know, it people have to understand that it takes one person to say enough already, and this is what we have to do in order to get to the next level in this business.
Absolutely. And none other than the king of soca is definitely breaking down those walls.
Yeah.
So that when I could actually put soca as a genre on our playlist, or on the Billboard charts or whatnot, and we featured on the Grammys, and we featured in different things. It's gonna bring a great feeling throughout the Caribbean that we made it now. Reggae and dancehall is there, but we need that soca there too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself? From the last time we spoke until now, like, what are some things that you've learned about yourself?
Oh, in general?
Yeah.
I think, to me, I've learned that not to rush things before it's time. When I started back in 2022, I thought it was gonna go like this. Instead, I think I had to learn how to decrease my pride level.
Oh,
yeah,
that's powerful.
My pride. I could do this, and I could. Had a call there.
That's okay.
And for me, over time, I've seen now the pattern in which God works, so I don't rush anything.
Yeah.
I'm more just looking and being prepared to whatever He wants to do. I'm ready, but I'm not in a rush mode anymore. Because rush mode had me really uneasy, no sleep, stressed out. What's happening to this song? What's happening to that one? I'm not doing a music video. I'm not promoting. I'm not doing no content. Like, nothing gonna happening for me and whatever. I'm thinking too much.
Yeah.
Do your background work in secret, and then it's gonna happen for you over time. And that's exactly what's happening.
Definitely. I love it. Talk to me about having the right team in your corner. Because
very important.
I feel like you are one of the women that have the right team. Because there's so many people who look for management and PRs and all of these other things, and they're like, these people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing for them. But I feel like you have the right team that places you in positions to be greater than you are. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So first off, my manager definitely keeps me on my P's and Q's. With respect to my music, he will say, what you have for me to listen to, what's the latest, what you doing. So that's one. So before he even asked me that, I'm prepared regardless.
Okay.
To also keep a PR and a best friend around.
I like
to keep me grounded.
Yeah.
And not to get too cocky or whatever, but just to make sure that I am present in the room, because artists have this way. We could disappear in a conversation. Huh?
Yes.
We could disappear in a conversation. I tell you. I could be here, and if I hear something, my mind is gonna go that way.
Yeah.
But a team will definitely keep you grounded, keep you sharp. They would remind you of certain things, make sure this goes well and that goes well. Whatever you cannot do, the team will pick up for. So it's a very important thing to me. I didn't know I needed one until I have it.
Wow. I like that. I definitely like that. Now, being from Trinidad, there's this whole thing going around right now where Beanie Man is saying that
no.
where he's saying that doubles is if the dog won't eat doubles, why should he? How do you feel when you hear people talk about your food, your culture, your music in a negative light? Like, how do you feel about that? And what do you want to say to those people?
Beanie Man not getting no good doubles yet. Beanie Man not getting no good doubles yet. Beanie Man not getting no good doubles, man. I don't know what you talk. Me, I know what you're talking. Man. A Beanie Man buy that doubles. Beanie Man not getting no good doubles. Man. I'm the king of dance. All the guy bad doubles. He can't talk about nobody doubles. Can't say dog don't eat no doubles. I don't know nothing about that.
I like
doubles is one of the most favorite things Trinidadians like to eat. You talking about dog don't eat that. Dogs want doubles before you put that in their mouth. Harass.
Dog barking. Dog barking.
Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Yo, God,
Yeah.
funny. God is funny, you know.
Yeah, he started back because he's saying doubles. Come on. Come on.
I'm posting this clip.
Come on. Don't go eat doubles, huh? Stupidness.
Stupidness, right?
Dotish.
Sure, dotishness.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Misha, honestly, if I was on the road right now, I would have shown you like a doubles man. If he's selling doubles right now, there's a line by doubles.
Yeah.
You understand? People just love that food.
Definitely. So I want to do this thing. It's called 5 questions, okay? 5 questions with you, right? So here's the first one. What's the biggest life lesson you've learned? Biggest life lesson?
Biggest life. Okay. Health is wealth.
Your number 1 personal goal?
Oh, Jesus. My number 1 personal goal right now is to definitely top the charts somewhere.
Your number 1 professional goal? Number 1 professional goal?
To top the charts.
What is the craziest thing that has happened to you in your career so far?
Repeat that.
What's the craziest thing that has happened to you in your career so far?
Whining on Marshall.
Yo, this girl, yo. What?
Never thought that was going to happen. I will never post that video. I will never post it.
I want to see this.
No way, man. Yeah. No way.
What is the number 1 thing that you would tell parents in general? What's the number 1 thing you would tell parents in general?
Jesus Christ, how much time we have, my youth? Jesus Christ. This is what I'll say, and I'll say it briefly. No matter what capacity you are in, your child is not you. Right? You can have your master's, you can have your bachelor's, you can have your associate's degree. If you know that you're seeing your daughter watching fabric, and she's watching nails, and she's watching hair, the child is a stylist. You need to put the child in there and stop carrying she to law school. Okay? Your children is not you. Allow your child to go through the changes of life. And I'm speaking from experience.
I like
all
it.
Right? That's what I will tell parents.
I like it. What do they want you to be? What do they want you to be?
We can't talk that talk out now. We can't talk that talk here. Michelle, we can't talk that.
So since we can't talk that talk, right? Because that was going to be one of my questions today. How are they looking at you right now? Like you're living your dreams. You're living the dream that you say, hey, this is what I want to do. Like, what is that parental feeling? What was being said right now?
Hey, yo, Mish, they're going crazy in the comments here. With
I see Dark Vader saying something crazy. As per usual. I gotta scroll back down and see what he's saying. What is he saying? What is he saying?
He said, the number 1 thing to tell parents is don't grow to be dotish like Beanie.
Oh, so Dark Vader, I guess you saw the clip, huh? You saw the clip? Because he was like, where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? When I posted it today, he was like, where is the evidence?
You know, everybody saw that.
Everybody
that clip
saw
with
that.
Everybody saw that clip. Because I was like, what does man really have to say about doubles? Why?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So what else are you working on? Like, what else should we be expecting from you?
Michelle, I have a monster track coming out after
Nice.
Carnival finish.
Nice.
It's the song that is coming out is another situation.
Oh.
That's all I'll say. It's another situation with another artist that was not supposed to be on the track.
Oh my gosh.
It's me. Michelle, oh my God, I'm going to sell out the thing. I'll give you the story.
Okay, go.
The song that I was going to do, I received the mix and master.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm listening and I'm listening and I'm liaising with my producer, what I like and what I don't like, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm listening to it, whatnot. This is 1:00 in the morning.
Okay.
I see my manager walk through the door. So what's going on? Behind him is a mega star.
Jesus.
And I am like, what the? No. So while the guy is walking through, he's listening to what my mix and master.
Wow.
And he was like, Ronzy, make a space there for me.
Wow.
And I'm
like, let me move.
So I am like, make a space.
Wow.
You wanna? And he did his thing. And from what it was to what it is now, all I had to tell the producer was, we're going with that.
Wow.
It's amazing. And I can't wait for you to hear it. But Michelle, that one,
it's gonna take you to other places, huh?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
God again. Definitely God again.
Definitely God always working for you. Always working for you. You know why? Because you have a clean heart, you're honest and everything. And you know, you're following your dreams, right? So it's easy when you follow your dreams that God just decide, hey, I'm gonna keep blessing you and keep blessing you and keep blessing you. And that manager you have, boy, listen, like, you know, everybody. I like it's whoa.
He's a respectable person, yet still he's always for the youths to do better. He will always create opportunities for the youths and them to do better than what they're doing right now. He will always raise the bar.
Yeah. So Dark Vader 47 is the production company that she works with.
Yeah, man. 47 Productions.
Yeah.
So I put the 47 in my name.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just looking forward to seeing so much more great things for you.
Yeah, Mish.
Hold on. Can you just pass me the cord to plug up my laptop before it just dead?
Don't let it die.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, sorry, my laptop was dying, so I just had to make sure.
I have a question for you,
Go ahead.
So, you know, I always keeping up with your posts and stuff.
Yes.
And I did not know that you are a doctor.
I am.
You need to get into that for me, because help me out. What's happening with DJing and with prescribing? So help me.
I tell people all the time that I went to school to get that just to see if I could do it. I didn't really have any goals or plans with it. I just went to see if I could do it. And then I wanted to teach college too, and it definitely helped to do that. So I do teach college as well. I'm teaching at 3 different universities right now. Yeah, so I just did it just to do it. And yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. Yeah. No, that's crazy. You have a doctorate in what do you have a
human
doctorate
services.
in?
It's a PhD in human services. I don't put it. I don't walk around with it like I'm not better than anybody else. Like, you know, if I gotta use it, then somebody come at me left, then I use it. You know.
Yeah. Don't get twisted.
Yeah, but besides
we have.
Besides that, I love doing this. This is what I love doing. I like skinning my teeth all the time, you know, and me too. Because we're the same sign, you know. We have that needs to be happy all the time. Like there's no
for sure
negativity and all of that kind of stuff. And it's crazy that you asked that, because yesterday I think I posted Spice when Spice was asked, like, basically, what is one thing that she wish what is one thing people she wish that she could she said she wished that she could unmeet some people. Right? And I related to that so much, because there are some people I wish I could unmeet.
Could we just unmeet?
Could we undo? Unmeet? Like, can I not?
Please, could I Command Z that? Could I just delete? Because I did not need that. I did not need that. I didn't need that, boy.
We don't need it. We don't need it, right?
You know what I mean? If I was just, but I can't even say I learned something from that, because it's just a waste of time.
Waste of your time. Like, stop giving me experiences and lessons. Like, I don't.
Come on, yeah. Stop. I don't want to try nothing. Right now, I'm in my safe zone. If me and you don't match the same energy, I keep on pushing.
Like, get out my space.
Exactly. That, and people who switch moods every 2 minutes. Like, you need to get away from me. Like, 1 minute you like this, and then the next minute I talk to you, you just in a frenzy. Like, why? Why did that happen? What's happening? I can't compete.
This is why we relate to each other, right? Because I tell people all the time, I work in child abuse and neglect, and the things that I see on a regular basis, I don't want to have that outside of my work life. Like, I don't want to come home to that. I don't want to have those conversations like all the time. If you're going through and I can help, then fine. But can you move on from find a solution and let me move on. Right?
We're gonna have to go back there all the time.
All the time. Jaja.
No, we talk about Jaja. Come on, because it drags you down, it weighs you down. I had some good friends that I had to cut off too, because we keep having the same conversations over and over. All right. No matter what I tell you to do, which is just solid advice, you're not even taking a hint.
Yeah.
So you're pulling me down again for another hour, with you talking about the same thing. And not condoning that anymore. 2025.
No, we're not.
No.
We're not. That's why I started the show with the acting song, the opportunist song, because it's like, look, we don't have time for this anymore. We are building us.
No.
We are taking care of us mentally, physically, all of those things. And we can't have people invading our space that is just going to bring us down. How are the good friends?
He said,
cut them off.
Yeah.
Well, see, Darkman, explain, Ronzy. Go, tell you. How are they good friends if you cut them off? Go ahead.
Well, but they will find out when I'm not talking to them. Get off.
Dark Vader, seriously, there are people in our lives that pretend to be our good friends. They pretend a lot. So once you recognize and you realize that this person is not good for me any longer, you gotta cut them off. You're being a good. It's always us being good friends to people, and they just teching from us.
I mean, it is tiring. It's weary. And you're giving me a heaviness. Like you wouldn't believe, just like what you just say. They could be having a good day, and because they switch all the time, your approach now to them will just be kind of cargo, because like, like when coming with a game,
definitely.
I don't want a kind of energy. I took this interview because I know me and you, we could handle we see it. You know what I mean? We could.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like, how are you gonna decipher where and what interviews you're gonna start taking? Because this is, you're going up and up and up and up and up. Like, how are you gonna decipher that?
My PR.
Okay, I like it.
So for this one, because I mean we good. Yeah, I'll take it. Mm-hmm. But anything else, whoever else wants me to be on an interview, it will go through Crystal.
Okay.
I wouldn't. We good. We good. We can hire you every month. I good.
I love it. I absolutely love
Yeah,
it. So what collabs are you
absolutely.
other collabs like, because I feel like you see young brother playing in the background, right?
Yeah.
I would love to see y'all on a track together.
Me and young brother.
Yeah.
That could happen.
That
That could
can
happen, definitely. Yeah. That could happen, definitely. But you see, our young brother don't take a spaceship and leave it with that. So.
Yo, you see, right?
Yo, and again, young brother is a praying guy.
Yeah.
Regardless of the steam, he knows God.
Yeah.
So he prayed for stuff like this over and over and over. So to see his success is just really, really awesome to witness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the consistency. He's always consistent with what he's doing. Which is a big aspect.
He's also a very happy guy with good energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some reggae dance collaborations you would want to work with in the future. Who are some of those people?
I definitely wanted a song with Chronix. Yeah, I definitely wanted a song with Chronix. Naomi Cohen also. Yeah, Naomi Cohen and maybe Lila Ike.
Oh,
definitely.
Oh,
Yeah, you know.
Wow.
we get in it.
Listen, you guys would kill that. Like, that would be massive.
Yeah, for sure.
Massive.
Yeah, me, Lila Ike, Naomi Cohen, destroy that track. Yeah, you see it, right?
I see it.
I'm on. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And you know what? Because I put it out there, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
This interview is gonna be saved, and when I see it,
no, for sure.
We're gonna
play it back when it does happen. Yeah,
definitely.
So, Chronix, Naomi Cohen, Lila Ike, definitely a guy named Samurai I, if I say it right. Yeah, he's really, really, oh God, Michelleg, you hear this man's voice, God. it's really good. I already have something there. I'm sure there are others, but those three, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
If ever Lauren Hill decides to come out of her shell.
How did you know that was what I was just about to say? How do you know that? And you know who else I would love to see you with? Tarrus Riley. I mean, you guys are already on the same rhythm and all of that. You know, that would be a collaboration.
No, but for collaboration for the two of us, massive.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Definitely.
Yeah. It would definitely be an amazing song.
Well, your manager is a manager of managers. So tell your manager I would like to know his remedy. I would really like to know his remedy, because I'm telling you, you have grown so much. You know, like I said, the first time that Kevin introduced me to you, I was like, this is going to be a great interview. And I sent him a voice note immediately after the interview, like, yo, dog, yo, this girl is going places. He's like, I told you she's dope. Like I told you, you know? So I'm expecting nothing but greatness for you. And it's your time.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just want you to keep going, keep being great. Keep being this happy person that you are.
Yeah.
Yo, Bruce. I just mentioned her and Tarrus Riley on a track. That's Bruce right there. He works with Tarrus.
Bruce.
Right.
Bruce, you hear that, Bruce?
Right there.
Bruce, we're not sticking up.
Right there. Oh my God. You see, look. God, we talk about the doubles with the dog and the dog start barking. We talk about Tarrus and Bruce Shaw. Your energy is just energy. Happen. Your energy is just energy.
Yo, Darth Vader said Shen Yang would be nice.
Yes.
Chance, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Jamaican artists and me for sure. It will always sound great.
Yeah.
Because this island is Caribbean music, you know what I mean? So it will always have that nice, great sound. I mean, me and Kevin have a real nice one.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Definitely.
it's gonna work out.
Oh, definitely. All of it. Definitely all of it. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Mish.
I'm not surprised that any of these things are happening.
Right.
You.
You know.
You're sad, you know?
Greatness.
Be born with it. When God anointed greatness, he just said, Sag, take it all. And
hey, I feel that in my spirit.
And that's it. So before you go, because I've been playing this song and I haven't had the opportunity to have you introduce it to everybody, please introduce this song for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to listen to one of Trinidad's finest. Her name is 47 Ronzy on the Pineapple Rhythm, straight out of 47 Productions. Come here. 47 Ronzy in the building, Michelleg.
How will you give me that? How will you come and give me that? My baby, oh, you come yourself.
Come now.
My baby, oh, you come yourself. You come yourself, will you come on, will you come? You come yourself, will you come on, will you come? You come yourself. Up above the clouds, take me. I'm like, baby, yeah. Like a star, you got me shining. Up to planet with the thing, and will you come on, will you come? You come, yeah, summer, will you come on, will you come?
Before you get out of here, leave us with something positive.
Keep dreaming. Keep writing things down. Pray. And let God take control. Worry about nothing. Enjoy life. Play good music. Take a drink. And go to church. And live life.
Amen. 47 Ronzy, thank you, hon. Thank you so much. You know.
Thank you so much for having me, Mish. It's always a pleasure being on your platform.
Always.
This is not the last one. I will be the most interviewed person on this platform.
I love it. I can't wait to see what you drop next. And I'm waiting to see, the video for this song. I know it's going to be crazy and dope. And I'm excited to see what else you have coming out. But thank you again.
Thank you.
For being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, love.
Thank you.
Yeah, with the fix, Michelleg.
How will you give me that? How will you come and give me that? My baby, oh, you come yourself. You come yourself, my baby, oh, you come yourself. You come yourself, will you come on, will you come? You come yourself, will you come on, will you come? You come yourself. Up above the clouds, take me. I'm like, baby, like a star, you got me shining. Up to planet with the thing, and will you come on, will you come?
I'm gonna restart the live because I have we're about to have a serious immigration conversation. Stay tuned for that, Ronzy. We're gonna have a great,
cool.
Yeah, definitely a great immigration conversation. Barry, I'm not gonna add you to this live. I'm gonna add you to the next live. So we're having our immigration conversation. The world is crazy right now. Like insane. So Barry Law Firm.
I need to hear what's going on.
Yeah, Barry Law Firm is on with us in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to restart the Instagram live, guys.
All right, got you.
What can you put in everything? He give me work, no time off, no sleep. At the night he come and he don't play. He give me work, no time off, no sleep. At the night he come and he don't play. My baby, oh, I do come.
All this time of music.
How will you give me that? How will you come and give me that? My baby, oh, I do come yourself. I do come yourself, my baby, oh. I do come yourself. I do come yourself, will you come on, will you come? I do come yourself, will you come on, will you come? I do come yourself. Up above the clouds, take me. I'm like, baby, yeah. Like a star, you got me shining. Up to planet with the thing, and will you come on, will you come? I do come, yeah, summer, will you come on, will you come? I do come, yeah, summer. You have power, take your time. them for know it's not a song, you know. Our story. Phoenix. Breathe. Call with Phoenix. This is no remix. A G6. G6. Call with Phoenix. This is no remix. A G6. G6. Me never fall 7 times, but me not stop rise. With blood in my eyes, me a capitalize. Accept the good and the bad, but come with life. Me no do excuses, me do effort. So when them a black ball, me still a work. And a chicken me a jerk. Call me Phoenix, this and no remix. A G6, G6.
Yo, hold it up, strong woman, black woman. So it work, struggle real, it's a big one. No, I no tears, cause everybody bad. The rain must seem up, no what you stand for this. Yeah, we'll fall away, rise, born again, something like Phoenix. Yeah, we'll fall away, rise.
Them prepare me not the day and me calamity, but the Lord was my stay. Never run, gonna hope your man, me just pray. 3 psalms a day. Whoa, 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 yeah. The friends gone, me not lie, me feel like God never did the best me with them by my side. So me sacrifice me feelings and pride. Now me make glory, lift up my glory.
Hold it up, strong woman, black woman. So it work, struggle real, it's a big one. No, I no tears, cause everybody.
Make me money talk for me. Me not talk like Mr. Bean. Allergic to the broke like it a flare up all me histamine. Yes, me run the underground and them no want to let me in. And everyone when me do a feature, we try to bench me neat. Me no wash your face, me drop me songs and let them be. Play myself to put my faith in a human to help me reach. Vote for the charts, me like the Bulls in a 93. But in James and the goats, so don't man not tell me about 23. You beat with your granny, critics of all time. You see a goal, critics of all time. Leo Messi, critics of all time. Muhammad Ali, greatest of all time. Be a Bruce, greatest of all time. Tiger Woods, greatest of all time. Mike Phelps, greatest of all time. Serena Williams, greatest of all time. Them girl I love suffer me like me name Lucky D. Red monkey jeans fit perfectly over me Louis V. Me and them daddy, them mothers have me like juicy beef. In case you just restart them girl send me TSTs. Until me win a Grammy, me not stop sing. Me name up be up in the ranking. Now compare me to the 07 Patriots, I'm more like the 1972 Dolphins. Undefeated, greatest of all time. Tom Brady, greatest of all time. Wayne Gretzky, greatest of all time. Simone Biles, greatest of all time. Michael Jordan, greatest of all time. LeBron James, greatest of all time. Shelley and Fraser, greatest of all time.
Just find a new tone and want get it out. And me need some talk, so we got touchy road. Nobody no want more. Them better. Them save me no buy top and store show, spend cash, figure flash, them nah more.
I'm here to say no one Zaga represent for Michelleg. You see, pre.
Just find a new tone and want get it out. And me need some talk, so we got touchy road. Nobody no want more. Them better. Them save me no buy top and store show, spend cash, figure flash, them nah move. Some of them are when me consider my friend from me, a little youth in a classroom. Watch them a wait for the links get bigger, them no want help out from grassroots. And we no run back a people, figure with them strength, just God and we gone through. Them know how we drive Benz, them want take it and wreck it. Them know how we run the place, them want we give up and left it. Up a song in all them playlists and them now select it. I told me now push no violence, I would have load it and select it. Some wonder them must see me a road, but me still there road. But I stay out of them zone. Dog, you can't tell man say you are them friend and nothing good me do you not support. If me dead for you, you for dead for me. The energy when me show you, see I'm energy you for show me.
Never in a million years I would think that my friend them off to see my body wrap up like a gift wrap. Never in a million years. Turn up the rhythm, let me talk about this. Can't just a soul, them swear them now switch. Turn your back, your pints get stripped quick. Bad mind, cause them madless. Oh, while I just music, keep my peace like a pin at the studio. I'm in the fall back a man now, go if me not choose to go.
Michelleg, I am about to start the immigration conversation. as you guys know, there's a lot going on right now in the world. But you know, the new president that we have, and there's so much happening. So I wanted to have this conversation today. And Barry, who's not a new person to the show, he was here before. He is back on with us tonight. So I'm about to join him to the Instagram live.
Yeah, man, I know you use it over the years, but it's stop now. Yeah, man, I say, she now.
Yeah, man, over the years, I take a love for granted, man. Yeah, man, them take a kindness, a weakness, them use to go, them use to come. I'm telling you this, I eat that, yeah.
Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first.
How are you? I'm good.
Yeah, I'm doing great as well.
I'm so happy to have you here. You know, like I said, this is not your first time with us, but this is the first time you're live. People are physically seeing you on the internet. And you know, I've been having a lot of immigration conversations. I'm sure you are probably so busy right now with all of this stuff that's going on. Where do we even start? Like, where do we even start with all of this stuff that's going on?
Yeah, I mean, it's been insane. I tell people that, you know, it's not been busy since January 20th. It's been busy since November 5th.
Wow.
Because ever since, you know, that he got elected, the anxiety for everybody has risen.
Yeah.
And really, he was, you know, with Biden being a lame duck president, obviously, when you're not reelected, and also being older and, you know, all of the talks about his mental capacity. So he really kind of took a back seat the last few months. And Trump was already making policy, already, you know, kind of taking control of the conversation. So it's been a kind of intense buildup. Yeah. So I tell people, like, it's not as, you know, he says, oh, my first 2 weeks in office. For me, it's like 2.5 months of him being in office. Yeah.
It seems like a year. It seems like a whole year.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's how it feels. So, you know, I start with people telling people, you know, lower your anxiety, right? You can only control what you can, which is yourself and your matter.
Yeah.
You can't control what policies is going to bring. You can't control, you know, what the other side does. You can just really control your own destiny. So that's why I always start the conversation with people saying, worry about what you can control.
Yeah. So what are some things that people should know definitely about this deportation law? Like, what are some of those things they should know?
First, know that, you know, immigration has priorities with enforcement. They don't have the numbers, right, to go out and deport everybody.
Right.
So if you have a pending case, if you're already in immigration court, like many people who have already came in across the border the past few years, they have a case pending, you're fine. If you're in proceedings, they're not looking for you, right? Folks that are not in immigration court, but, you know, out and about, but they filed an application, maybe they got married to a citizen, maybe they're doing an abuse case, maybe they're doing an asylum or TPS, you're fine, right? They're making it seem like every immigrant is on the table, but really it is people with criminal records, have a final order of removal, or are just a national security risk. Like, they don't have the numbers to go beyond that, right? Okay. And so an example of that is that, you know, he's made like 1,000 arrests of that 2 Sundays ago.
Right.
And really freaked out a lot of people. But since then, it's been back to Biden and even Trump the first time. ICE was arresting about 280, 290 people a day.
Wow.
And since he's come, he's arrested on average about 320. So not much higher than
the previous.
Than, you know, the previous average. Okay. Because he still has the same number of ICE officers.
Okay.
But he can't, you know, this whole idea of I'm going to arrest 1,500 people a day, 1,200 people a day. You don't have the numbers for that. Yeah. You need ICE officers. So just kind of recognizing that what's, you know, threatening language and what's reality. And it's that he still doesn't have the numbers. So if you're not, you know, have no criminal record, not on their radar, don't have a final removal, you're fine, but still be careful.
Yeah.
But know that they're not actually, it may seem like they're everywhere, but they're not everywhere.
Okay. What are some things that you would advise people to do to stay off their radar?
One of the biggest things, right, that the Congress had passed, and he signed into law last week, was the Lake and Riley bill, which says that if somebody's arrested, they're automatically turned over to ICE, and that wasn't so before.
Okay.
Like if you got convicted, then you were notified.
Right.
Then ICE was notified.
Right.
But an arrest, I mean, you could be falsely arrested, right? You could be arrested and your conviction or your charges be dismissed. Many things, right? But now automatically when you're arrested, they're detaining you. So I tell people, no brush-ins with law enforcement. Don't jaywalk. Don't start an argument. Don't have a domestic issue. Like just no run-ins, because a simple arrest, because it was back in the day, which was just maybe, get dismissed or nothing would come of it. Now it's going to land you in immigration detention.
Now, domestic violence, because I work in this field, and domestic violence amounts illegal immigrants is a thing, right? It's a thing. And oftentimes, like you said before, they were talking about, oh, when you get arrested, you don't automatically go to ICE. Now you're automatically going to ICE, right?
Yeah.
And domestic violence, if I can remember correctly, domestic violence is one of those prongs that you should not have when you are applying for a green card or citizenship and all of that kind of things. Can we talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah. So, oftentimes, in our communities, the law is different back at home in most countries, right? Let's be quite frank about it. So, an argument at home, police come in many countries and they just stay away from it. They're like, okay, a man and a wife, leave that alone. That's not the case here in America, right?
Yeah.
So, and I always tell that to immigrants, like, if you're being abused, certainly, call the authorities. But if you and your, partner get into an argument and you're just heated, I'm going to call the police. Know that that's probably going to lead to an arrest.
Right.
And later on charges down the road. So I get that a lot of times where people are like, maybe the wife makes the call, person gets arrested, down the road she's like, no, it was, we had a heated argument, but
right.
I know, we didn't I don't want my man gone, I don't want him out of the house, we just have, but nowadays it's going to really land that person in immigration detention and immigration court. So I tell people, like, be careful about calling the police.
Yeah.
If you're in an abusive situation, definitely get out of that.
Yes.
But if you are upset at your partner, and it can be resolved by taking a walk or telling them to, step out for a minute.
This is the time.
Do not.
This is definitely the time. Because like I said, working in this field, we get a lot of domestic violence cases, and a lot of them are illegal immigrants who drink, have a good time, and then they go home, and then it turns into all kinds of other things. And we're seeing that a lot of them are being picked up and sent to ICE, and in a couple of weeks they're back home. They're like, oh, that person is gone.
Correct. Yeah, especially with this new bill, the Lake and Riley, they don't even need to wait for a conviction. I mean, as soon as you're arrested, you get an ICE detainer. So now, a lot of times people don't have status anyways. They get into an argument with their spouse thinking, all right, like old times, like, okay, they're going to be sent home, arraigned and then sent home. It's going to be dismissed or disorderly conduct or something minor, right? And it's it's going to turn into them being deported.
Yeah, definitely.
So be very careful with any type of law enforcement interaction during these times.
Yeah. They're also saying that it's important for everyone to start walking around with IDs. What do you want to say in regards to that?
That's a good question. So I'm telling all of my clients, walk around with your immigration paperwork, either in your phone or just a copy of it, right? Like a lot of times people do have a pending case. They have a receipt notice to show for it, right? They have sometimes an approval notice. And so I say, have that on you in case you do have, an interaction with an ICE officer, because it is their discretion to detain you. So if they see, okay, they stop somebody, let's say they come to an apartment complex for somebody that has a criminal record, they go get that person, but then you're walking in the halls and they stop you.
Yeah.
You have your ID and you have your receipt notices. You say, listen, I'm in the process. I have a case that's pending. It's not going to guarantee anything, but it gives you a better chance for them to say, okay, you're not, right? We won't waste our time with a person who's going to end up getting out of the system anyway.
Right. What is some advice that you would give to people who we're seeing a lot that ICE is knocking on their doors? what is some advice? What should they do and what shouldn't they do in regards to that if that happens?
Great question. So what people need to understand is, so if ICE knocks on your door, do not open the door first and foremost.
Okay.
Speak to them out while your door is closed, right? First and foremost, you have to ask them if they have a warrant. They can only enter your house if they have a warrant signed by a federal judge. Now, ICE will play all kinds of tricks.
Right.
They'll tell you, oh no, they're just here to ask a few questions. They'll tell you they're not here for you, they're here for somebody else. Don't open the door. Then they have to show you a warrant. ICE will play the biggest trick, which is they'll show you an administrative warrant, which is not the same as a warrant from a judge.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
Administrative warrant will not have a signature from a judge.
Okay.
It usually has form numbers on it. It won't say your house location. It'll be general.
Okay.
But the warrant from a judge is specific, right? The Fourth Amendment still says, no search and seizures, right? So they have to have, a warrant from signed by a judge to enter your home.
Okay.
So if they don't have that, you tell them, listen, I'm not letting you into my house. They'll kick, they'll scream, they'll do whatever. They're not allowed in.
Okay.
If you so choose, some people still don't listen. They get afraid. They want to step out. Open the door, step outside your door, close the door behind you, right? And speak to them.
Okay.
And figure out what they want. So that's the biggest advice we give people.
Okay. Okay. Now, the other conversation that's now coming up is the dual citizenship situations that people have. And they're saying, I read something today where it says that if you are going to your country, and you have an American passport and you have, let's say Guyana, you have a Guyanese passport and an American passport, and you go to your country, they're taking your American passport.
Who's taking it? The Guyanese?
The immigration is taking your American passport and saying that you can't have dual citizenship.
Which officials? The Guyanese immigration or U.S. immigration?
The Guyanese immigration would do that.
They can't do that. The U.S. passport is owned by the U.S. government, and nobody else can take that. So if some other authorities take your U.S. passport, then notify the U.S. embassy in that country, because that's a huge violation.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I saw that posted and I'm like, okay, we need more information on that, because oftentimes there's so much false information on the internet that you don't know what's true, what's not true, where to go, what to do, and all of that. And that's why I wanted you here today, because I know that maybe we should have done this before, but I figured that now is the perfect time to do this kind of stuff, so people can be aware of what it is that they should do. Now, and we're also seeing essence where people who shouldn't be picked up by ICE are being picked up by ICE. What is some advice that you have for those folks who have the right to be here, but ICE picked them up as well?
Yeah, so it goes back to what I'm saying. I'm telling all of my clients, have a copy of your documents, right? So if somebody has like an approved asylum, they're an asylee, they have a right to stay here. Let's say they got their asylum in immigration court, signed by the judge. There's usually an order that comes with that approved asylee. Have that on you. Have that copy on you. Have that on your phone. Because quite frankly, the ICE officers, they're not judges. They're not lawyers. They're not educated.
Right.
So they'll confuse people, and for them, it doesn't matter who they arrest. They're goons essentially. They'll arrest you and then we'll sort it out later.
It's like their quota for the day. This is my quota for the day.
Correct. Yeah. So they're just trying to make arrests. So I tell everybody, have your documents on you. So, that will show them right there, and ask to speak to the supervisor if they are saying, I'm going to arrest you, and you have an approved green card application, but the green card hasn't come yet, or an approved asylee, or, any type of application that's already, proven you're not supposed to be subject to immigration detention or deportation. Have that on you.
Okay.
Just a copy would suffice. Yeah.
Okay, good. So Dark Vader is asking, are there rules against dual citizenship?
So that's a tricky question. So when you apply for U.S. citizenship, you're supposed to renounce all allegiance to other countries. And some countries do allow dual citizenship. Some countries allow it. So that's okay. But you're supposed to renounce your allegiance. And so that language ends up being a little I don't want to say vague, but it opens it up to well, what does that mean? But most countries allow it. The U.S. makes you have allegiance, but up until this time, before nobody was really enforcing it.
Right.
If you had a Brazilian and a U.S. Passport, or U.S. and Jamaican, or U.S. and Ethiopian, or whatnot.
Okay.
But now the difference Trump is bringing is enforcement. Certain laws that were just sort of they're on the books, but nobody was enforcing it super hard.
Right.
Are now being enforced.
Right. Because when you're an American citizen and you're not born in this country, unfortunately, it still says country of birth, and it puts on your passport where you're born. Are they looking into changing any of that? Like, has there been any conversations around that? And what does that mean for someone who is a U.S. citizen but country of birth is some other place?
Yeah, and that doesn't change your citizenships. If you've gotten citizenship lawfully or you derived it lawfully, your place of birth doesn't change your citizenship. And I don't think they're going to change that on the passport anytime soon. They've had that for quite some decades. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. So if someone is picked up by ICE, what are some things that they should do? What are some things that they should do?
So don't say anything, right? Remain silent. You have the right to remain silent. Don't say anything, because then you might be putting yourself in further legal harm.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as you're able to call your attorney, and then call a family member so you can get a legal defense, because you need that as soon as possible.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So small businesses, right? Is appearing to be one of those target places, right? Because a lot of small businesses use a lot of illegal immigrants to do their work. What is something that small businesses should know if ICE comes knocking at their door for those people that are working for them?
Great question. So if you're a small business or any business and ICE comes to your location, again, don't let them in without a warrant. They have to have a warrant from a federal judge saying that they can search and enter the premises. Your business, your home, places like that, ICE cannot come in without a warrant. And 9 times out of 10, actually 99%, they will not have a warrant for your business. They might have an administrative warrant that generally lets them conduct their duties, but they won't have a specific warrant to enter your business.
Okay, because that we've seen that they've been using force and all of those types of things, and people are just legit just going with them without even knowing their rights. Like, what are some conversations you're having with your own clients in regards to knowing their rights?
Yes. So, I tell my clients what I'm telling you right now. So if it's their home or their business, right? Do not let them in without a warrant. If you're out and about, like here in New York, sometimes they're on the train. Avoid them. Quite frankly, avoid them. If you do have interaction with them, most of my clients have some case pending. That's why I'm representing them, right?
Okay.
I'm not representing anybody that has no case.
Right.
So I'm having them have a copy of their receipt notices or a copy of a relevant document that shows that their case is pending. If you are represented, have your attorney's card on you. That seems to get ICE officers a little bit off your back if they know that you have a pending case, you're represented, right? So they're looking for easy arrests. Okay. They're looking for people that, who don't know their rights, that they can just round up, and then let the system, take care of them.
Okay. Now, a lot of times people have green cards and they sit with these green cards, they renew them, they renew them, and they never go for their citizenship. What is some advice right now for those people who are green card holders but can become a citizen of this country?
I tell everybody this: you are an immigrant until you become a citizen. I can't tell you how many times somebody will tell me, but I've had a green card for 30 years. I've been here. I own a home. I've raised kids. I'm practically American. You're not. You're not American until you go through the process and become a citizen. Until then, you're a green card holder. And as a green card holder, you're an immigrant. And if you commit an offense that's deportable, they will deport you, right? And you're just not fully safe until you become a citizen. And if you are in that category, go become a citizen. It is more important now than ever before to become a citizen.
Yeah, definitely. Now, also, there's you already had just posted this too, but it's one of my questions that I had here. Working with the government, a lot of times, we're seeing also that ICE is going into schools, to get children who are illegal, Because this country has a thing where no child left behind. Every child can go to school regardless of status. What is some advice that you have for children and also for parents when ICE is able and have access to schools to just go pick them up?
So first and foremost, keep your kids safe, right? So there's been a lot of schools where the children are not going to school because the parents are fearful that ICE will pick them up. I'm not saying put your kids in harm's way. So be safe and be updated with the news about your school district or your actual particular school, if they've come, how often they've coming. But I'm telling all parents, fight back, right? So the parents, the school, speak to the school administration. If collaborate with the U.S. citizen parents to file complaints with their city officials, Congress members, make up, fight back, because that's completely wrong. He tried to do that. Trump tried to do that the first administration, where he was trying to round people up at schools, churches, and courts, and people pushed back, and then he had to push back that policy. And if we do that again, we'll be able to have a safe zone, at least for schools and places of worship and courts. So push back, but do it in a way where you're safe, right? Don't go to school and protest, right, and then possibly get yourself deported. But definitely, a lot of schools I've been talking to, the PTA, the school administration have been trying to collectively talk to the superintendents and get this situation under control. Where even if it's just now, for example, they have an ICE, they have an app like ICE Locator, where you can know if ICE is around. Oh, really? And it's done by and you can download it, and it's done by reporting. So if I'm here and I know ICE is outside my building, I'm gonna report it, and then people know, stay away from 30 Broad Street downtown, because I reported there, and so people are working together to be able to protect themselves, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. Mighty Mix said that someone told him that they're requesting proof of entry at your citizenship interview.
I mean, you always have to have proof of entry not always, but most of the times for a green card application. So that's been resolved as a green card. At citizenship, they can go through your entire immigration history to see if you're eligible. And that's why we tell people, get an attorney before any interview with USCIS, to make sure that your rights are protected and you have a better chance of getting through.
Okay. All right. Now the whole because the norm was basically to get married, find somebody, get married, and that's how you get your green card and all of that kind of stuff. What's some advice that you have right now in regards to that? Because I know there's a lot of people out here who are probably scrambling because maybe they may have just gotten married and all of these other things. What is some advice around that?
Getting married still is one of the fastest ways to get a green card. It's still the most scrutinized way. If you are with a U.S. citizen and could partner with a U.S. citizen and can get married, do so. I mean, it's always one of the securest ways to get a green card, as long as the marriage is bona fide. But there's still many other avenues, right? If you have an adult child and you came with that lawful entry of an adult U.S. citizen child, which many people do. Many people have so many, opportunities to get a green card, but they're just not marrying that their partner of theirs. They're not having their adult child file for them. Okay. Right? They're not pursuing, TPS to be able to at least have status, or DACA back in the day. So you have to consult the immigration attorney to find out your options. But marriage is still one of the most popular ways to get a green card.
Okay, now before I ask the next question, Yardi, what's the name of the app for ICE? What's the name of the app? I guess it's something like a neighborhood type watch type of situation.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Hold on, let me look it up. ICE.
Yeah, with the fix, Michelle G. We are here with Barry Law Firm. Like I said, there's so much going on that I wanted to have this conversation today. And shout out to Barry for being here again with us. His interview the last time is basically actually one of the highest listened to interviews for my program, because immigration is a thing. It's a major thing, and it's even more major now because of the state that we're in. Did you find the app?
Yeah, there's a couple now.
Okay.
So
Oh,
ICE
wow.
report is one of them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, ICE report is one of them. Yeah. But yeah, ICE report. Yeah.
ICE
Yeah.
report?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
ICE report is one of the apps that you could join, and it'll notify you like a neighborhood watch. It'll notify you as to when ICE is in the area. What types of supportive services do you think that people should start looking for? Or should they not? Should they not even go looking for support services at this point right now?
What do you mean specifically
Like,
by support services?
if they know that they're illegal, and they know that they're on a list or whatever the case may be, should they be reaching out to attorneys? Should they be reaching
Absolutely.
out to paralegals? Any of those things? Like,
Yeah.
should they be doing that?
Attorney. No paralegals, no notarios, no community, like you know, the places that do your taxes, and
Yes.
you need an attorney.
Yeah.
And this time you need an attorney, and a good attorney. In fact, an immigration attorney.
Okay.
You know, and my firm, we specialize in that. That's what you need, because there's other attorneys that do other things, criminal defense, personal injury. They dabbled immigration. It's about to get complex. It's about to get very difficult. You need somebody that does this, and that's what my firm does. We specialize in immigration. So that's what you need. If you know you're undocumented, and that's the language we use, undocumented, don't go get a great immigration attorney.
Definitely. How do you know to trust, though? How do you know to trust an attorney right now? Because again, working in the system, we run into that all the time. People think that we're the police, right? And right now, they're so scared that nobody's talking or doing anything at this point. How can they know to trust that an attorney is not going to report them?
Oh, we have a attorney-client privilege. So we have a duty, a fiduciary duty to the client. So an attorney, if an attorney ever reported you to ICE, I mean, they could get in trouble because they have a duty to protect the client. So I've never seen in all my years of practice an attorney report a client to ICE. That's something I've never seen happen.
Okay. Good. There was also a mention of payment, right? Because there's these different things that ICE is paying $750 to report people, and that type of stuff. Can we talk about the bad? That if a person decides, like, they got upset with somebody, their baby daddy or whatever the case may be, and they want to report that person to get some money, how bad is that?
Morally, I mean, that's just repulsive, right? To report somebody because you have a grievance against them. That's repulsive. I mean, there's just so many different healthy ways to deal with a grievance with somebody, but to deport them and have a permanent harm to them, that's just beyond toxic and beyond petty. But it goes back to what I'm saying. You know your immigration situation. So if you're undocumented, come see us. Like, this is not a time to wait, right? Like, don't wait for something bad to happen, for you to, accidentally get in a car accident, and then the police come, and then they say, hey, what's your status? And then you get picked up.
Right.
Or for you to be minding your business, going to work, and then the police, are in front of the work site and then pick you up. Or, you are in an argument with your, ex-girlfriend, and she called. Don't wait. If you know your status, go see an attorney ASAP.
Okay. I definitely like that. You need an attorney to look over your assets in the case if someone is arrested and deported. Do you understand that part of it?
Yeah. I think so. What I was trying to say is, if you have like a house, a car, those situations, and you're deported, have an attorney. So if you already are deported, let's say if you get picked up before you can like take care of your affairs. Then when you go, then you hire an attorney here, give them power of attorney to sell your home, sell your car, transfer your bank money to your home country. That's what would happen. But if you, let's say some people go to ICE check-ins regularly, right? And they're going in to be deported essentially every 6 months or so. They get ICE check-ins.
Okay.
And there's a possibility that you might get picked up, right, with this administration. Past administrations, they do the check-in. So if you're in that situation, take care of your affairs before your next check-in.
Okay.
Put your mother, your wife, your daughter, somebody in your car's name, your house name, whatever. it may be to be able to make it easier if you do get deported.
Okay. So you said something just now that I wasn't aware of. ICE check-in.
Yes.
What is that? What does that mean?
A lot of people are already in ICE supervision, which
Okay.
means that they go and they check in. Let's say they have a deportation order, but ICE is not gonna couldn't send them back because there was an issue in their country. Like take Haiti, for example. There was like the earthquake and there was a lot of natural disasters issue. They couldn't deport people back then. So they say, okay, just show up once a year, once every 6 months, just to report, to check in.
Okay.
And so, and then traditionally they just leave people alone. They check in as long as they haven't committed any crimes. They know that they update their address and their work information, then let them go. But now under Trump, it's like we're not gonna keep having people check in. We're gonna detain and deport them. So if you're in that situation, definitely call us.
Wow. I was
Can I
talking.
give out the number, by the way?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. You can keep saying call. Yeah. So you can call us at 646-894-5900.
I'm gonna
That's where we
definitely
can do
repost it on my Instagram as well.
Yes.
I was having a conversation today with my coworkers. Again, working in this field, it's like we're all on edge at this point. And they said that New Jersey is identified as a safe state, right?
Yeah.
How does this apply when it comes to the federal government? Do they trump, for pun intended, trump the state, or is the federal, the state can continue with this, or does the federal trump the state?
So when they say like sanctuary cities and sanctuary states, it just means that if you're undocumented in those cities, you can still function. You can still go get services, try to get a license, get medical services, whatever you need, housing, if you have a U.S. citizen child, things like that. Or even back then before, when with Biden and in New York City, where people were getting housing, the new arrival. So that's what sanctuaries, cities and sanctuary states mean. It doesn't mean that ICE can't, detain you or deport you from that city. Absolutely not. The federal government still surpasses all the state and local officials. So don't get confused thinking that, I'm in New Jersey or I'm in New York, it's a sanctuary state, sanctuary city, I'm fine. No, you're not. You're not. I still operates in New York City. I still operates in New Jersey, Connecticut, and everywhere else, all across the 50 states. And yeah, they still conduct operations in all 50 states and in every city.
Yeah, definitely. Now we're seeing a lot of the conversations where undocumented individuals are getting held by ICE, and a lot of them have children. Are they leaving the kids? I don't know if you know or not. Are they leaving the kids behind, or the kids are also being detained with the parents?
Are the kids citizens?
Some are, some aren't.
If the kids are citizens, they're not being detained.
Okay.
But if they are, then whoever is undocumented, yes, they're all being detained. Yeah, and they generally put children in. They separate. They have to put children in like in Health and Human Services and separate. And then that's how they're doing it. Unfortunately.
Wow, that's harsh.
It's very harsh, and a lot of families have a mixed immigration family. So like, maybe I come over with one child, right? Me and my wife. So us two are undocumented, and our first child is, and then we have two more children here that are citizens,
right?
And they grow up, and then I have a 12-year-old who's for example, a 12-year-old who's undocumented, mom and dad undocumented, and then my 7 and 9-year-old are citizens. And so how do you split that family up, right?
Yeah.
Do you say you 3 deported, you 2 stay? I mean,
yeah.
But that's a very common situation in America where people's families have different immigration statuses. Some are green card holders, some are citizens, children born here. Some are undocumented completely. So it's just terrible.
Yeah. So the other question I wanted to ask you. So say I am an American citizen, and my mother, father, whatever, has been deported. How long, or can I even apply for them to come back to the United States?
10 years.
10 years?
10 years, yes. If you're deported, 10 years.
Oh my
And
goodness.
if that person committed a crime, maybe never, depending on what the offense is. But let's just say they overstayed, got caught in an immigration raid, and deported 10 years.
That's a long time.
It is.
There's no leeway, nothing in there. It's just automatically.
Yeah, you have to wait 10 years. That's why it's so important not to get deported.
Yeah.
Right? To take care of your matters before you reach that. And that's what people sometimes don't understand. Like, it's basically, it's like a 10-year sentence, like a prison sentence. Like, a lot will change. And that's not a guarantee you're going to come back after. You still have to apply, and then still have an I-212 waiver, come back. And that could be 13 years, 14 years by the time you actually do return. So it just disrupts your entire life.
Yeah. I didn't know it was that long. Now, if you have a child who is, the parent hasn't been deported, but they've decided they're going to go back home to their country, is the length of time the same thing if that child decides to file for their parent?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Anybody who's been deported has to, you have a 10-year ban.
So even if you've decided I'm going to go home without being picked up, I'm going to purchase a ticket, I'm just going to go, because I guess I'm going to answer this myself. I guess your immigration status will still show that you overstayed.
Yes. And if you overstay for more than a year, it's a 10-year ban.
This is rough.
It is. It is. That's why it's so important to take care of your immigration affairs.
This is really rough. What sorts of cases are you getting like right now? What sorts of cases are you getting right now?
Most of the cases are folks that are in immigration court. Okay. That seems to be the high number of cases that we're getting. But we get a whole lot of cases of people that are looking to get a green card at USCIS, whether it's through their adult children, through marriage, through vow abuse, through asylum. So quite frankly, people are coming in all types of cases that are available: TPS, DACA, asylum, VAWA, widow petition. I mean, it's remarkable how many people had so many options but just weren't moving on them. And I always tell people, Michelle, that when we had Biden, it was like a sale, and I was telling people, come one, come all. Yeah. It's a good administration, very lenient, merciful, but quite frankly, it wasn't motivating people. Yeah. I was just and then now when you get Trump, the fear is just getting people to act. So, it's tough times. It's not going to be an easy administration, but if it gets our people to come out and take care of the immigration status, then I guess that's a silver lining.
Yeah. Do you see that question?
What does it say?
For example, if parents are citizens, but their child is deported for some reason, can ICE take the child?
If the parents are citizens, but their child is deported for some reason, then ICE take the child.
Why
I don't understand.
Why would you not have your child be a citizen if you are?
Yeah, of course they can. But that question answers itself, because it says if the parents are citizens and the child is deported, can ICE take the child? Well, ICE took the child to deport them. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Kimmy, I saw that you had a question. Can you rephrase it so that we could get it answered properly? Definitely, please rephrase that question that you had, Kimmy. Like I said, it's so much going on right now. I know that previously undocumented immigrants can actually get services like welfare. Sometimes they can get, depending on the state where they are.
Yeah.
What is your advice to folks right now who are undocumented and is receiving state services? Like, what should they do at this point?
Don't receive that. I tell all immigrants 3 things to always help you. And I've been saying this even well before Trump. I've been saying it for years and years and years. Number 1, learn English. Right? It doesn't really apply so much to our community because we're from English-speaking country.
Right.
But still, I mean, there might be viewers that are, Haitian or Brazilian watching. So learn English, right? That always makes it easier for you to navigate, for you to defend yourself. When I mean defend yourself, meaning speak up for yourself, right?
Right.
So number 1, learn English. And I always say number 2, stay out of trouble, right? Do not break the law, right? And 3 is that they love it when you pay your taxes. Pay your way. pay your way. So not only should you steer clear of government services, right? Especially if you are undocumented, right? I can understand certain situations if you have a U.S. citizen child here, because that child is entitled to those services, right? If you're getting it for your child, that's separate, right? But yourself, if you're saying people who are undocumented and they themselves are receiving, it's never a positive thing. When you go later on to try to get a green card or present yourself in front of an immigration judge, and they see that you're taking from the system rather than contributing, it's not. So they love it when they love. I mean, just think about yourself. If I was in any country, right? If we immigrated to China today, like who would like us better? The folks that are like working and paying into the economy, paying into the system, or us going to China and saying, hand me some free services.
Right.
Right. I mean, it's just really, it's just logical, it's common sense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Kimmy, I think you had a question in regards to a green card, but I'm not really sure what the question is. And I think we asked about the green card situation before. I don't know if Barry saw what she was trying to say on there, but Kimmy, really quick, if you can just rephrase the question and ask it, because we have about 8 more minutes with Barry right now. Barry, again, I just want to say thank you for accepting doing this today. These are conversations that we need to have because again, we're all immigrants. You know, whether we're citizens or whatever the case may be, these are very solid conversations that we need to start having with each other. But Barry, I want you to give type in your law firm contact phone number, if you have an email, any of those things right there, so I could actually have that, and I will put it back on the live so that folks can see where to reach out to you. Because guys, this is somebody that I trust. He has great information. He is an immigration attorney, which means that he knows all of the laws, the new ones that are coming in. He knows them all, and those types of things. So please, if you have any questions, concerns, or anything, reach out to him. Do you do a free consultation?
Unfortunately, we don't. There's just so many people, and so we do charge for consultations, and that for us get people that are serious, because some people are not very serious about their immigration case, and they'll come in, they'll ask a few questions. So we do consultations, but it goes towards your legal fee. So it's not a wasted consultation fee. If you're ready to start, I just incorporate that into the fee.
Okay, so Kimmy question is, I was trying to ask him, if you come to America the legal way with a green card, can they still deport you?
If you've committed a crime, then you'll lose your green card. Otherwise, you're fine.
Okay.
But not any crimes, certain crimes.
Crimes.
Yeah, if you keep the green card, you're here lawfully, you're a permanent resident, as long as you haven't left the United States for more than 6 months, which means you've abandoned it, or haven't, committed an offense that's deportable, you're fine.
Okay. Another one is 212 D5 parole by ICE a legal entry? Can you adjust your status?
So that's been happening a lot with folks that came in with during the Biden administration. And I'd have to see if they actually gave you a stamp. And if you're married to a U.S. citizen, then you should be able to adjust.
Okay. So Ish is asking, can he explain for those who don't understand the Penal Code 8, U.S. Code 1227?
Penal. Which code is it?
He said Penal Code 8, U.S. Code 1227. Ish, I don't know. Do you know what that is, Barry?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Ish, I don't know if you can explain what you're trying to ask with that one. Yeah, I don't know if you can explain, explain it a little better on the live. Like I said, people, please take Barry's information. Again, if you're on this live, if you know somebody that needs help right now with this whole immigration status, please reach out to him, have the conversation. Of course, he said there is a fee because it's a consultation that you'll be having. But it's better to have the consultation than to be on ice, just sitting waiting for them to decide if they're going to send you to where you came from.
Right, absolutely, yeah. And a lot of times people have options, but they don't know about it because they're listening to their uncle, they're listening to their coworker, their friend, who's not right, who are immigration attorneys. And that's the problem that we find in our community. And I always tell people, it really happens with immigration law because we don't do that with our with our health, right? Nobody's gonna say, I'm not a doctor, but you don't have cancer. We go, if we feel something's wrong, we go and ask the doctor, right?
Yeah.
But with immigration, I don't know why, we just take advice from our friends and family.
Yeah.
And that needs to stop, especially under this administration.
Yeah, definitely. Abigail is asking, if you have a pending case with USCIS, can you still be deported?
So as long as you don't have status, technically and legally, you are deportable. But will you be deported? Most likely not. I mean, if you have that type of application, depends on what the application is. But as a legal matter, you have to have status to not be deportable, right? So if you're on the way, you can. It depends on what kind of case. If you have an adjustment of status pending, they probably will leave you alone. If you have some I-130 from a sibling, that's not gonna be ready for another 10 years. It's not gonna help you. So it depends on what the application is.
Okay. Mighty Mix says, if someone came in without inspection, can they marry someone from the military and get a green card?
They can. That's one of the exceptions to getting a green card without entry. Great question.
I like it. I like that people are having these questions, because we need to know there's so much that we don't. There's so much that we don't. And again, this is why it was so important for me today to have this conversation with you. And I know that once I get off this live, people are still going to have more questions. Guys, you can inbox me and ask me anything, and I will reach out to Barry and see what he can do in reference to that. But please take his information off the live, screenshot it, give it to somebody. A lot of us know people who are in this status right now and are scrambling and don't know what to do. When you look around New York City and, when you drive in certain neighborhoods, you used to see undocumented immigrants out there trying to get a day's work. Now they're not. Nobody is anywhere at this point.
Right. And this is the tactic, the scare, but it won't last because immigrants, are the backbone of our economy.
Yes.
And it won't last. It's hurting construction. It's hurting the restaurant business, agriculture, all sectors of our economy, right? Food processing plants, meat packing plants in the Midwest, all over. So this is not something that's going to stay, but it is going to shake up the immigration landscape for the first few months of this administration. And we have to be vigilant. We have to be informed, right? And we have to be active and proactive to take care of our immigration needs.
Yeah, definitely. And this is why you exist. This is why you exist, so people can reach out to you and be in the know and get the right information. The right information is the information you need. Stop talking to people who don't know anything about immigration. If you come to me with it, I'm going to have to reach out to Barry. I'm being honest, because I'm not an immigration attorney and I don't want to give people the wrong information, because within the last couple of days, weeks, so much has changed. So many executive orders for this. We don't know where we're going at this point. So it's also I want to ask you also, should people be paying attention to the news? So people be paying attention to the news to see the updates happening, the internet. Like, where should they go to understand the laws and the new updates and all of that kind of stuff?
Well, always stay informed. So, read the news, watch the news to figure out what's happening, but reputable sources to understand what's going on. Don't go to your random friend's social media page, or don't go, just hearing from friends or family, right? So the news media, the reputable news media, is always safe to start to figure out just what's going on. But on my page in Barry Law Firm, you can connect it right here that I'm on right now. Every week, 3-4 times a week, I do a video. And in that, not only do I talk about what the news is about immigration, but I break down what that impact means. So if you go on, you'll see hundreds of videos where I talk about every single topic of immigration, right? Sometimes it's just advice for immigrants who are going through the process. Sometimes it's breaking down what's happened in the news, what's new, right? Other times it's, just explaining a different avenue that they can that they didn't know about. So get on my page and you'll see, if you follow, you'll see different different updates every single week.
Okay. But one of the last questions before I get off the live, can you adjust your status by the parole called inmate notice?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. No.
Yeah.
You cannot. So Barry, before we get off the live, please again give everybody your business page, the phone number, the website, everything, so that again they can reach out to you, and the hours that they can actually reach out to you.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So I'm Abed Barry again, and my law firm is Barry Law. We're located in downtown Manhattan, 30 Broad Street. The phone number is 646-894-5900. You can email us at info at barrelaw, BARRELAW.com. Website is barrelaw.com. And for those that are on Instagram, we're on Instagram, Barre Law. If you look up Barre Law Firm on Instagram, you'll find us. You'll see regular updates. You'll see the phone number, the contact information. We're open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6.
I like it. Barry, thank you
Thank
again
you.
for being here. And TMZ, you could actually reach out to him after, because I have to get off the live. Somebody else is live on radio right now, but you could reach out to him afterwards to get a clearer understanding of the other questions that you have. He's very helpful. I reached back out to Yardi and I'm like, Yardi, what was the attorney that we spoke to? Because I couldn't find your information on my in my contacts. I'm like, where did he go?
Okay.
So shout out to Yardi for getting you back on here. And I want us to continue having these conversations, okay?
Right.
So I'm probably going to reach out to you again next month so that we can have some more conversations around this. But Barry, thank you so much. Thank you for the great work that you're doing also. I know that you can't save everybody, but you do the best you can. And that's just it.
Do the best you can. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I love immigration. I'm an immigrant myself. This is, I always tell people my passion turned into my profession. So it's my pleasure being on. Thank you for the great questions for yourself and your audience. Very smart questions, very useful questions. I felt like that people can benefit from. And I appreciate the coming. And I look forward to continuing this conversation, once a month if it needs to be.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to do that. I think you're going to be a staple once a month now for us to have these conversations, So thank you again, Barry. And have an amazing evening and get some rest.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a long 4 years.
It's going to be a long 4 years. So try to get some rest in between.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks
Barry.
again for having me. And we'll talk soon again.
All right, definitely.
Right.
Yeah, with the fix.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was Barry Law Firm. Guys, again, we're going to continue to have these conversations once a month. This is something that I'm going to do once a month so that people can be in the know of what's happening right now around the world. So, wow, I feel overwhelmed. Being an immigrant, it's a rough thing to see other people being deported, and some people have left their countries for years and years and years, have nothing there, and now they have to go back. So it's going to be a long 4 years. So Barry's going to be here once a month so that we can have some conversations. I will continue to post it so that if you guys have questions, you can email them to me. You can inbox me them, and I will ask him as well for you. But I'm only going to ask him once we go live once a month, because again, this is his business, and consultations is not free. So I want him to, continue to be an attorney and continue to have the money to take care of his family as well. So Get with the Fix, Michelle G. Thank you, 47 Ronzy, for being here tonight. Thank you, Barry, so much. I will see you guys next week. I'll see you guys next week. I'm at the building. DJ G is on right now on Get with the Fix. Bye.
Yeah, man, I know use over the years, but it stopped now. Yeah, I say, she know.
Yeah, man, over the years, I'm take a love for granted, man. Yeah, man, I'm take a kindness, a weakness, them use to go, them use to come. I'm telling you this, I hit that, yeah.
Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Opportunities on the lose me. And last time when I go use me. Yeah. Right now, myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Who you can call me Mr. Selfish? The amount of things me go through when me dealt with. Myself come first. Right now, myself come first. Hear what with them do? Run out the hope, run out the faith. And as me turn me back, no burn out my name. Me not lie, me energy run out my drain. Paranoid cause I wanna fry out my brain.
Opportunities work.